This is Chris Daniels. Like, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, World of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Daniels, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and both of my TikToks. It'll all be down there in the description box, and I'm here to do my WWE Friday Night SmackDown, March 31st, 2023 reviews. So here we go, discussing about tonight's episode of Friday Night SmackDown. Now, this is the last Friday Night SmackDown to WrestleMania. WrestleMania will be kicking off tomorrow night with night 1 and then night 2 on Sunday. I already did my predictions for WrestleMania 39 for both nights, so if you want to, go check it out. But yeah, here we go, discussing about the last episode of Friday Night SmackDown before WrestleMania this year. So we kick off the show with the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions, Jimmy and Jay, the Usos. So yeah, the Usos comes out and they was talking about how tomorrow night will be one of the greatest tag team matches of all time in WWE history, happening tomorrow night with the Usos taking on Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn for the tag team titles at WrestleMania. But then they get interrupted by Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. They come out and yeah, they get into the ring with the Usos and they started talking with the Usos, and it was getting face to face about everything. Just a lot of stuff going down right here with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn talking about how they're going to win the tag team titles tomorrow night and all that stuff. But then they was talking about family and all that. That the Usos was talking junk about how Sami Zayn was never a part of the family or anything, how he turned his back on him and all that stuff. And then Kevin Owens was talking about how he first came into WWE and he actually looked up to the Usos and all that stuff when he brought his son to the shows, and the Usos, had a great time with his son backstage and all that, playing around or whatever. So yeah, that's what Kevin Owens was talking about, how the Usos was like great guys or whatever, but then over the years, obviously, they started acting up with their cousin and all that stuff, so that's why. So yeah, that's what Kevin Owens was talking about, and then the Usos was talking about family and all that, how blood always matters, how they're brothers and all that stuff, and how Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn aren't brothers, and that's why Kevin Owens will be the one turning his back on Sami Zayn tomorrow night. So yeah, that's what the Usos were saying. But then Sami Zayn was talking about how here's the thing with two words with family: blood and loyalty. Y'all don't got loyalty. We got loyalty. Y'all just got blood. He was talking about Roman Reigns and all that stuff. But yeah, that's what Sami Zayn was talking about. It was just great stuff, going back and forth and everything. If you have yet, just go check out the segment. I can't do it any justice by talking about it, really. But yeah, go check it out if you have yet. Really good segment to kick off SmackDown, though. And yeah, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens was talking about how they're going to become the new undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions. That's what they said. But yeah, their match will be happening tomorrow night on night 1 of WrestleMania. But yeah, great segment, and then the Usos walk out. So yeah, the Usos walked out, and then all of a sudden the Street Profits comes out. They had to stare down with the Street Profits, and then they walked past them. So yeah, that's what happened. But yeah, really good segment. But up next, it will be Montez Ford versus Ricochet versus Chad Gable versus Eric in a Fatal 4-Way match up next on SmackDown. There's another Fatal 4-Way match happening tonight with the women as well, for their WrestleMania showcase and much more. So yeah, and Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns will be going face-to-face later on tonight as well. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Friday Night SmackDown. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Friday Night SmackDown, it was the first match of the night. It was a Fatal 4-Way match. It was Ricochet with Braun Strowman at ringside versus Montez Ford with Angelo Dawkins at ringside, the Street Profits, versus Eric with Ivar at ringside, the Viking Raiders, versus Chad Gable with Otis at ringside, Alpha Academy. So yeah, Chad Gable versus Ricochet versus Montez Ford versus Eric in a Fatal 4-Way match. And this match, it was a pretty good match to kick off the show. Not even going to lie, it was all going back and forth and everything. Everybody came close to near falls and everything. We seen that rolling through German suplex onto Ricochet from Chad Gable. He almost got the 3 count, but the pin got broken up and stuff. So yeah, and then at one point, Eric comes up almost getting the pin after he slammed Chad Gable onto Montez Ford's back while he was like on his hands and knees and stuff. He almost got the win, but they kicked out. But then at the ending, we see Chad Gable outside the ring. Montez Ford hits a step up in Seguri onto Eric, which knocked him out the ring as well. Montez Ford. And then we see Montez Ford jump over the top rope with the front flip onto Chad Gable, Otis, and Eric outside the ring. And then Montez Ford grabs Chad Gable, throws him back into the ring. He climbs up the top turnbuckle on one side of the ring, jumps off with the frog splash onto Chad Gable. But as soon as he hit the frog splash, we see Ricochet jumping off the other side on the top turnbuckle with a shooting star press on the Chad Gable. And then he pins Chad Gable for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, Ricochet defeated Montez-Ford, Chad Gable, and Eric tonight in a fatal 4-way match. That's what happened. Really good match to kick off the show. I give that match 3 stars. That's why I'll give it really good fatal 4-way match just to kick off the show. But yeah, that's what happened there. But then after that, we see the undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns arriving, and he walks up in the locker room where we see Paul Heyman, Solo Sikoa, and the Usos. So yeah, that's what happened there. And then after that, we see Bobby Lashley doing pull-ups and stuff, working out, because he is getting ready for the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale, which will be happening up next. So yeah, that match will be up next. But yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Friday Night SmackDown. See you guys later until then. So the next thing to happen on Friday Night SmackDown, we get to the next match of the night. It was the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. And yeah, before we even talk about this match, WWE showed some amazing video packages. The first video package they showed was Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley's. I don't think they're on the show tonight, but they did show the video package of the rivalry from a few years ago going to this year and everything, which was pretty good. You know, WWE always makes amazing video packages. There ain't no doubt about that. And then after that, they had a lot of the superstars coming out and stuff for the Battle Royale. And then they had a video package for the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale with Andre the Giant and stuff like that, which was pretty cool. So yeah, a lot of stuff like that happening, which was pretty amazing. But then, after they showed those amazing video packages, we get to the next match. The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. And yeah, this one, it was a pretty good one. Now, yeah, a bunch of superstars in it. Bobby Lashley, LA Knight, Bronson Reed, Johnny Gargano, Braun Strowman, Maximum Male Models, Otis, Karrion Kross, Butch, Ridge Holland, Dolph Ziggler, Mustafa Ali, just a bunch of them. So yeah, it was just a bunch of stars and stuff. Baron Corbin was like the first one eliminated in this match. And then, yeah, we started going down from there. Like, a lot of people started getting eliminated by, like, Bobby Lashley eliminating Dolph Ziggler and stuff. And then there was a cool thing that was going on when we see Karrion Kross trying to lock up. Well, he had the cross lock locked on, I think, on LA Knight. And then Bobby Lashley locked on the Hurt Lock onto Dolph Ziggler at the same exact time. They was both looking at each other, and then they both threw down their opponents, and then both of them started going at it. So yeah, that was pretty cool right there. And then after that, we see 3 guys about to go at it, Braun Strowman and Bronson Reed, that was getting face to face. And then after Lashley eliminated Ziggler, that's when he gets in their faces as well, and all 3 of them started going at it and everything, which was pretty cool. And then everybody started hitting their moves and stuff, like we see Butch try to hit bitter end onto Johnny Gargano, and he reversed it into a nice DDT and stuff. And then we see the slingshot spear from Gargano onto Santos Escobar. But then Gargano gets eliminated, Santos Escobar does too. And then we get down to the final 4, Bronson Reed, Bobby Lashley, LA Knight, and Braun Strowman. LA Knight was the next one to go. He got eliminated by Bronson Reed, and everybody started booing the hell out of Bronson Reed for eliminating LA Knight. I really liked, if the 2 stars I was really hoping to win this match was Bobby Lashley and LA Knight. I mean, at least one of them did win, but LA Knight, you know, it would have been cool for him to win. But yeah, he got eliminated. And then we was down to those 3, and then everybody was going at it and stuff. We see Braun Strowman hit the running power slam onto Bobby Lashley, and then we see Bronson Reed coming up, throwing Strowman over the top rope. Strowman was not getting knocked up, was not getting off the apron. He was standing on the ring apron. He gets hit with a shoulder block by Bronson Reed, getting knocked off the ring apron. So yeah, he got eliminated. So it was just down to Bronson Reed and Bobby Lashley. Bronson Reed then climbs up the top turnbuckle, jumps off with the tsunami, but Lashley moves out the way, so Bronson Reed just crashes and burns pretty much. And then we see Lashley get back up, hitting the spear onto Bronson Reed. He picks up Reed, trying to throw him over the top rope, but Bronson Reed reverses it, throwing Lashley over the top rope, but Lashley's hanging on the ring apron, and then he hits Bronson Reed, and then he manages to throw Bronson Reed over the top rope, winning the match. So yeah, Bobby Lashley won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. That's what happened. Really good one. I really like this Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale this year. It was a pretty good, entertaining one. I can say that much. And pretty much the right person won this match. I mean, obviously, I wish LA Knight would have won it, but Bobby Lashley was my second pick for sure. But yeah, I give that match 3 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was a pretty good Battle Royale. But yeah. And then after that, we see a nice video package with Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns rivalry going on and stuff. And then after that, we see Cody Rhodes just sitting there getting ready to go face-to-face with Roman Reigns later on tonight. But up next, we're going to be seeing another Fatal 4-Way match up next with Raquel Rodriguez. I think Shayna Baszler's in this one. I think Natalya and then Sonya Deville, if I'm not mistaken. Those 4 women for sure. But yeah, that match will be happening up next on Friday Night SmackDown. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Friday Night SmackDown. See you guys later until then. So the next thing to happen on Friday Night SmackDown, it was a Fatal 4-Way match. It was Raquel Rodriguez with Liv Morgan at ringside versus Shayna Baszler with Ronda Rousey at ringside versus Natalya with Shotzi at ringside versus Sonya Deville with Chelsea Green at ringside. So yeah, Fatal 4-Way match. Same thing with the men's 4-Way match from earlier tonight, but yeah. That's what we get to. In this match, it was an okay match. I think the men's one was way better than this one, but these women, they was doing some stuff at the ending. Like we see Shayna Baszler hitting a knee to the face onto Sonya Deville, and then that's when Natalya comes in hitting the discus clothesline onto Shayna Baszler, taking her out, and then Natalya gets hit with a big boot by Raquel Rodriguez, and then that's when Sonya Deville comes in, grabbing Raquel, running her shoulder first into the ring post and everything. Then we see Sonya climbing up on the second turnbuckle and jumping off, trying to hit like a Hurricane Rana, I think, onto Raquel, but Raquel catches her and all that, like in the position for the Tohada Bomb. And then we see Shayna Baszler trying to come back in, but she gets hit with a big boot by Raquel, and then Raquel hits the Tohada Bomb onto Sonya Deville and then pins her for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, Raquel Rodriguez defeated Sonya Deville, Shayna Baszler, and Natalya tonight in the Fatal 4-Way match. That's what happened. So yeah, that match, it was an okay match. I give that match 1.5 stars. That's why I'll give it 2 stars. That's why I'll give it. It was an okay match. Nothing really too special. But yeah, that's what happened there. But yeah, still to come later on tonight, we will get that segment. Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns later on tonight, face to face for the final time before their match at WrestleMania this Sunday for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. So yeah, that face-to-face segment or whatever will be happening later on tonight in the main event. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Friday Night SmackDown. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on Friday Night SmackDown, it was a tag team match. But before we talk about that match, we got to talk about a few things. Now, this one segment actually happened way earlier tonight, which I forgot to mention it, but I want to go ahead and mention it now. Because all the people that was getting inducted into the Hall of Fame this year will be getting inducted after SmackDown ends for this year's Hall of Fame. So yeah, the Hall of Famers and stuff is all there, Rey Mysterio, all of them. So yeah, apparently the Great Muta is in the locker room. Some guy comes out of the locker room with a green mist in his face. So yeah, that was pretty entertaining right there. But then after that, we see Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman talking. Now, we don't know what they're saying or anything, but they are talking. But then after that segment, we see another segment where we see Rey Mysterio getting ready and stuff, preparing for the Hall of Fame for this year and everything. And then Santos Escobar, Zelina Vega, Joaquin Wilde, and Cruz del Toro, Legado del Fantasma, walks up in the locker room, and they was talking to Rey Mysterio and stuff, talking about how they got his back and everything, and Rey Mysterio was talking about how he was thanking him for having his back on Raw and everything else. And Rey was like, I got a gift for y'all. He gives them some t-shirts, and come to find out, it was the LWO t-shirts, Latino World Order. So yeah, that t-shirt he gave to him. So yeah, that's what happened there. Pretty good segment though. But then we get to the next match of the night. It was Drew McIntyre and Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci Imperium in a tag team match. Now, the Intercontinental Champion Gunther is not at ringside, but he was watching this match from backstage on the TV monitor. So yeah, it was a pretty good match. Drew McIntyre and Sheamus button heads a lot of times in this match and everything. At one point at the very ending, we see McIntyre setting up for the Claymore onto Giovanni Vinci up until Sheamus tags himself in, and then Sheamus and Drew McIntyre got face to face and stuff, complaining. Giovanni Vinci comes up drop kicking Sheamus, which Sheamus falls into McIntyre and knocked McIntyre out the ring. And then after that, the referee was distracted because he's checking on Drew McIntyre, and then we see Kaiser sweeping Sheamus's legs with Vinci hitting the clothesline onto him, hitting the low down or whatever it's called onto Sheamus. He pins him, but Sheamus kicks out at 2. Sheamus comes fighting back, hits the knee to the face onto Vinci, and then he hits him with the bro kick. And then we see Ludwig Kaiser, and then Drew McIntyre comes up hitting a vicious Claymore onto Kaiser. That Claymore is wild. And then Sheamus pins Vinci for the 3 count. So yeah, Sheamus and Drew McIntyre defeated Imperium tonight in a tag team match. That's what happened. It was a pretty good tag team match. So yeah, for that match, I'll give it 2.5 stars as well. I'll give it a pretty good tag team match. But up next, we're going to be seeing the last segment of the night. It will be the undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes going face to face up next on Friday Night SmackDown. So yeah, that segment will be up next. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing to happen on Friday Night SmackDown, we get to the last segment of the night. We get to the final segment, so here we go. Now, Cody Rhodes comes out to the ring, and he tells LA what do they want to talk about. And he said they could talk about a lot of things. They could talk about Roman Reigns and WrestleMania. They can talk about Tupac, and he started singing one of Tupac's songs. I think it was California Love. But then he couldn't sing the rest because, you can't really be, with the song. But yeah, that's what happened there. And then he was talking about how they could talk about gratitude and all that stuff. But yeah, that's what he was talking about. But he was talking about how, talking about a lot of stuff about Roman Reigns, how, how this Sunday at WrestleMania, the Cody Rhodes that's going to be coming into this match is not Dusty Sun or Dashing Cody Rhodes or Stardust. It will be the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. So yeah, that's what Cody Rhodes was talking about and stuff. It was pretty good, and he was talking about how he's going to go to WrestleMania and beat Roman Reigns to become the new undisputed WWE Universal Champion. But then he gets interrupted by the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns comes out there with Paul Heyman, and Roman Reigns just got a few things to say. He looks at Cody Rhodes, and he goes like, Cody Rhodes, acknowledge me. And then that was it. So yeah, pretty good stuff right there. Both of them going face to face right there and stuff. Really good segment. But yeah, that's what happened there. Their match will be this Sunday at WrestleMania. But yeah, for tonight's episode, Friday Night SmackDown, I gotta give it 7.5 stars. That's why I'll give it. It was still a pretty good episode of SmackDown. Now, that segment earlier with the Usos and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, that was a really good segment. Match of the night, I probably gotta go with that Fatal 4-Way match, the one that kicked off the show. But then that Drew McIntyre and Sheamus and Imperial match was a pretty good one as well. So yeah, there was still a few good matches tonight. And the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale with Bobby Lashley winning, that was a really good one. But yeah, that has been my Friday Night SmackDown reviews. Like, subscribe to Team W Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Videos. So follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and both of my TikToks. So I'll be down there in the description box. And I'll see you guys later for this Saturday's and Sunday's WrestleMania 39 reviews. See you guys later. Until then.